Security hassled me at Lowe's at 4:30 in the morning, so I went to the only place I knew was definitely open and decided to get a shower and a hydro massage. It's 6:54 a.m. I'm on my way to the only place that's open to get breakfast. I sure hope that Burger King is selling burgers right now, because I do not like breakfast at any fast food restaurant. And although I'm trying to support local places, sometimes you gotta go to the place that's open. Yeah, this needs to be fixed. Truck is sitting way too low, and it's because there's way too much weight on the tongue of this trailer. So for right now, gonna forget about Burger King. Here's one of the items that I just purchased at Home Depot. After asking at Home Depot if I could park in the lot and leave my trailer there while I ran other errands, I spent the extra time that I had in the morning beginning to break down the front box. When you gotta get rid of something fast, the best way to do is post it for free on Facebook Marketplace. And that's what I did for all of the lumber that I was removing from the trailer. Though I had probably paid about $500 for all of it, I felt that it would better serve me to get rid of it. I dropped off for the customer in Anchorage. She was so nice. I did not deserve a tip on this delivery. I did not even deserve to be paid the agreed amount, and the agreed amount was a generous amount to begin with. And I pointed out that there was water damage to some of the boxes, and she insisted on tipping me. I'm kind of at a loss for words, and I just want to do a better job for the people who hire me, like especially someone like that really deserved to have received better service. And it's not that I didn't kind of do my best with what I had, but there are actual ways in which I could have done better. I could have protected her items better. It's not like it was impossible. I just didn't take the time. I told myself a story where I didn't have energy or whatever it was to do those things that I really should have done. And but I have energy to waste on other things that aren't important, and that's while this is what I'm doing, I need to make the decision that the first priority is doing a good job, both for my customers and myself, because not everyone is that nice. And getting the trailer ready here, and even if they are, it's almost worse to have caused damage to the items of somebody who is that nice. And so I just need to be doing everything I can if I'm going to do this job at all. I need a huge priority on just doing every possible thing right. And there are things outside of your control, and right now it looks like I'm gonna need both hands to get this thing to go up, but there's things outside your control, but I need to be doing everything I can with the things that are within my control to make sure that people's stuff arrives in the same condition in which I picked it up. So that is kind of what I'm focusing on now. Though I kind of want to make do with some maybe less than ideal, a less than ideal arrangement of the trailer. I think I need to go scrap all this junk that currently makes up the decking of the trailer. And start fresh. I'm not sure if I'll get this done in time to get the plane picked up today. But I'll see what I can do. The guy who had messaged me and wanted to take this front 7x14 piece of deck, and who fortunately also ended up taking all of the other scrap lumber, was messaging me, and he seemed to be in a hurry. So I showed up with the box mostly broken down, and together we finished taking it apart. If you can give it a break, that's great, but probably have to come. And ultimately used 2x4s to get leverage against the deck, and we're not only able to push it off of the trailer, but able to move it all the way up by the mobile home so that it looked exactly like a porch built onto the mobile home before I left, all by hand, using only 2x4s as a tool. Then I went to a Chinese buffet and ate for the first time. Yep. So do we want to try to tip it? Do we want to lay down a couple? And right after that, I ran over to grab some rough cut lumber from someone on Facebook Marketplace who I had messaged. I thought that was a pretty cool experience, even though the lengths and widths ended up being a little bit more rough than I thought. Well, never mind that his residential house is like in a fancy suburb, and he has a day job as a corporate recruitment officer. This is real Alaska, man. Buying some rough-hewn lumber to deck out the trailer. A project which will probably happen mostly tomorrow. What I do notice immediately about the trailer is that it is far easier to lift with the jack because there's so much less weight on the tongue, and that is, after all, a big part of what I was aiming for. So in that sense, at least, mission accomplished. And tomorrow the goal is to build the deck on the trailer. I grabbed an absolutely delicious dinner of a sweet and spicy chili chicken sandwich at the Windbreak restaurant in Wasilla, and called it a night at the attached hotel.